black or white, male or female, rich or poor, gay or straight. What's the difference? Number 14 and number 41 are on a mission to improve the unity of the world, one person at a time. Welcome to the 14 and 41 Unity Show.
Hello, I'm Alexis Hornbuckle, number 14.
And I'm Matt Gersper, number 41.
And I'm John Grant, number 12. And we are different, but made from the same stuff.
Right on. Welcome, John. We're super excited to have you on the 14 and 41 Unity Show, broadcasting from WITV7 in beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina. So, John, tell our viewers and listeners about yourself and most the exciting things that you're doing to contribute to the world these days.
Yeah, well, it's an honor to be on here, Matt, Alexis, WITV7. Hello to the world. Boy, what am I doing right now? Kind of in this realm, I guess. Books have been my life for a few years now. Writing, editing, anything I can, doing ghostwriting projects, getting books out into the world. Kind of my jam these days, which I think is important. You know, I think we live in kind of a video culture. We're obviously on video right now, but I think the written word is power, especially in our culture. It's so fast these days. Everything's so quick, and Twitter and Facebook and social media. So I'm kind of an old school guy. I love the written word, love all the classics, the new guys, and that's what I'm doing. So a lot of writing, a lot of editing, and that's how I'm contributing, getting my message across. My message, helping other people get their message out. With the pandemic, a lot of people have been at home, and I think, having a good project, good outlet, whether it's music, playing guitar, or writing, it's not an easy thing. But getting it out there, written word, it's powerful, and it's been powerful for a long time. And one day when we get too far with the technology and it all goes haywire, we can still have a pen and a paper or a papyrus and a roll and get stuff going. So man of letters, since I was a young child, obviously played a lot of sports, but full-time writing, editing, and getting messages out through the written word.
Good stuff.
That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah. Good
stuff. And folks, this guy is a writer. You wait till you read his essay. You're going to love it, and some of his books too. So John, give us a little look backwards quickly. What were you doing back in 2010?
2010. Crazy, it was 10 years ago. I'd actually just finished my career. 2009, I was a football player, hence the football. I was a quarterback. I was able to extend my career beyond high school and college, played for about 4 years professionally, and then ended my career in 2009. So I guess right before 2010 with the German Bowl championship. We were the Berlin Adler. We had a heck of a year. We went 14-2, played my final game in a World Cup soccer stadium in Frankfurt. We beat the Kiel Baltic Hurricanes. I kind of thought I'd accomplished everything I could. I mean, I could have kept playing, probably could have, signed an even more lucrative contract. There's always a zero missing from my professional contracts because I never made it to the NFL.
John, I had 2 or 3 zeros missing from my contract. So yeah, good on you.
They must have missed their decimal points or something. I never understood it. But so finished up in 2009. I got 3 concussions my final year. All the CTE stuff was coming out. I knew I wanted to use my education, so I thought it was a good time. So 2010, I started another dream and moved to a mountain town and took up a different sport and really dove into skiing. So 2010, I was living on the cheap, making my money go as far as it could, and I had just transformed my life. I had won my athletic career. We are retired athletes for Radical Unity. So 2010, I was in a transformation period, and really is what got me to right here. I mean, if I hadn't, perhaps stopped playing ball at that time, I wouldn't have, gotten the ski bumming out and really gotten into sport or into skiing. Wouldn't maybe gone to grad school and taught. But 2010 transformation, which I think we all, need. A lot of forests don't. Well, I don't want to talk about fires, but some old growth forests, they need that fire to rejuvenate. So I was in a rejuvenation period in 2010. Yeah.
Very good. Alexis, let me toss it over to you.
All right, John, my thing is, what was your initial response? Like when you first heard about RAFRU, and what do you think about like our website and the team gear? And what are your hopes from sharing your Unity story and joining our mission?
When I first heard of RAFRU, I actually heard about it from Matt. I could hear it in his voice. I mean, Matt's a pretty enthusiastic guy, so I could hear it in his voice, and he infused it into me. And I was excited. I think athletes are a little powerful people. We've obviously had to work hard, and anyone that even was a successful high school athlete, let alone to play in college, you have to be disciplined. You have to have passion. All these things that just to be quote unquote successful, whatever that word means. But I think athletes, actually I know athletes, we can do a lot. We come together from all these different avenues to join a team, to go to a common goal. And boy, I think the world is a big team, and we got some common goals that we need to address and attain, and use our skills. It's not just athletes. I mean, you're working on a team and anything. But yeah, with the things that we've done, and even college was 15 years ago. I mean, but it's like I can still hear Coach Biggs' lesson. Coach Biggs was my coach at UC Davis, legendary coach, probably Hall of Fame coach. And I think we owe it to ourselves. Sports were good to us. We put in the time, but now we can do a lot of good stuff. And in terms of RAFRU, I want to get a hoodie. I'm a hoodie guy. Grew up on the coast, Central Coast. It was very 65 degrees. It was pretty warm, and spent a lot of time in the mountains and kind of back to the coast. But I like hoodies. I love the purple. I was a history major, a historian. Purple, traditionally the color of royalty, so it's pretty exclusive. It was hard to get those dyes back in the day, but I think it's cool. We take purple, and it's not just for royalty anymore. It's for everyone. And I think it's a unifying color. So I'm stoked to rock some RAFRU gear for sure, and spread the word.
Definitely.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. So I love your Unity story and the title that you gave it. Folks, it's called We All Want to Be Big Rock Stars. And it's complete with some lyrics by Nickelback, which I just listened to the song before the show started to get all jacked up. So, John, tell the audience, just give us some highlights of your story, but just enough that they'll rush to read it right after this show. And share with us, if you would, just the top one or two messages that you hope people take away.
Cool. Well, yeah, it's just, what to write for this RAFRU essay. And there's so many things to do. I mean, almost thinking comprehensive. I mean, the whole journey of my athletic career. But this one moment came out to me. I was a minor league professional guy, like I said, never made the NFL. So I was playing arena ball one year, and we were living in a hotel, and we were going to go play a game, flying the day of, over to Green Bay from the East Coast. Not, no hotels the night before, bare bones. So we wake up at like 4:00 in the morning. One of those real awful times to wake up. Everyone's half asleep, groggy as heck. And we get on the bus to go to the airport, and everyone's kind of, doing their thing, half asleep. And we were kind of listening to rap. I mean, that was mostly what we were listening to. And one of these guys, a black dude, put on Nickelback, and I was like, really? He's like, oh, that's a good song. It's a good song. And
don't give the whole story.
Okay, I know, but we all came together. We started singing a song together on a 4 a.m. bus ride, and the energy, you could feel the energy in this bus. That's all I'm going to say. But it brought us together. It was pretty unifying. It's a single moment in time that I always remember.
It's a great story. I can't wait for you all to read it. And it's very unique. And John he's really gifted with writing. So you're going to love the whole thing. But one more question, John, about your Unity story. And it's about your experience since you started thinking about it when I asked you to write one for us, then actually putting it in pen to paper, and then now reflecting back on it that it's going to be out in the world. Just give us what does it mean to you? And you wrote about your experiences where human beings of all colors and shapes from all over the world are equal and are coming together. So what does it mean to you that you're getting that out into the world?
Well, we all are. I mean, we're equal. We're human beings. And it doesn't matter what you look like, where you came from, how much money you have, whether you were a quarterback or a fullback or an offensive lineman or a strong safety who could come and fill the hole like Mr. Matt Gersper could.
Yeah.
Equality, freedom, unity, direction, going forward, like a closed fist, not to punch someone, but just, with that power. And I think the world needs it. I think the world's ready for it. I think we are all different, but we are made from the same stuff. That really hits home. I mean, I love that the Raffers come up with that. It's such a profound topic. I know we're kind of limited on time, but just going forward as one. I think, a lot of the old teachings, religions from all walks, spirituality, it comes down to, everything is one. I think the human race, and I'd even take it beyond that into the natural world and the animals and the trees and the clouds. I really think that everything is all one. There's an equality of spirit, there's an equality of mind, and we all have these different experiences, but we're experiencing humanity. And that's what we all have. And we've all had struggles. A lot of us have had successes. And it's the unifying things that we all have that, just get rid of this exterior, take it off. I got long hair, cut your hair, shave your head. We're all the same, and that's what this thing's all about.
Good stuff. And just FYI, John was instrumental in us changing the name from Retired Athletes for Racial Unity to Retired Athletes for Radical Unity. And we appreciate that. So, John, we're going to take a quick commercial break to tell everybody about the final day for a great offer from Casandrinos and hopefully a big donation from Happy Living to WYTV7. Mr. Happy Living here. I love good things made by good people. That's why I love Casandrinos oil, made from olives soaked in the Grecian sun for months and picked by hand with care. You'll love it too. Grab a bottle today and get 50% off your first subscription order. Shop the World Wide Web at Casandrinos.com. That's KASANDRINOS.com. Use coupon code HAPPYLIVING50 and I'll donate 15% off every order placed during the month of September to WYTV7.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Thank you again to our sponsors. John, we're gonna pick up the speed a little bit, man, make it a little more interesting. Okay, here's a good question. How have the lessons you learned as an athlete, in particular the unity lessons, helped you to become a better, more successful person?
I think everything's a team. I think even in my writing, what I'm doing right now, you got to work as a team with the client, or sometimes we're collaborating in a group. And, nothing really happens in a vacuum. I think the best stuff is when you're collaborating and working as a group, for sure.
Definitely. I think that makes sense. That's pretty much why we play sports, right? Is to figure out how to get things done together.
Yeah, for sure. All right, keep it going.
Good. Yeah, John, tell us a cherished story from one of your bus ride, the rock star bus ride that you write about in your Unity story. You had 21 other teammates. So tell us a cherished story about one of those teammates that was on that bus ride with you that's not in your story.
Make it interesting.
Wow, you're putting me on the spot. It's tough. Remember the names. One of the guys I played against in college, one of the guys was a receiver for South Dakota State. I believe his name is Micah. I believe it was Micah Johnson. And we roomed together in this hotel, two to a room. And, we hated each other in college. I got to say, we played each other 3 times. They beat us twice. Once in South Dakota, 2-point conversion should have gone, and our receiver didn't catch it. But yeah, just to come together after college and all that stuff's BS, and we're on the same team now. And a lot of the stuff we're on the same team. And Micah, if you're out there, hola.
Well, that's really interesting because that's where there was a division between you two. The dividing line's taken away, and all of a sudden he's not from South Dakota anymore. He's just, is it Mike or Micah?
It was Micah, yeah, Micah. Yeah. We were both from California, but he went out to South Dakota. Yeah, he was a great ball player, and you move beyond the little things, and you find the big things that we have in common.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, give us a prediction, and think of not just the team, that team with your 22 teammates in the bus ride, but all your teams that you've played on over the years. Which of your teammates do you think will be the first to share his Unity story with us following your lead? Give us some names, a couple of guys that you think are going to man up.
I played on so many teams. I'm going to go high school. I'm going to go Phil Shin, best playmaker I ever played with. We played Little League baseball all the way through high school football, and we kicked some butt. Phil was always making plays. College, I'm going, what was tough? Matt Engel, super devout Christian guy. We came from different backgrounds. We were quarterbacks competing against each other. We go to lunch and we would talk about, not football, we'd talk about God, we'd talk about the universe, we'd talk about that stuff. Matt Engel from college, from pro ball. I am going Tony Hollings. Guy almost won the Heisman at Georgia Tech. We were roommates together in Berlin that last year. So I got to reach out. I haven't talked to Tony in a long time, so we'll see if we can find him. This internet's a magical thing.
It is,
That'd
right?
be great.
It is.
Alexis, let me
For sure.
kick it your way.
All right, this is. I'm gonna start slow. We're gonna build up, get that mind going. All right, I'm gonna start easy, just some rapid fire questions. I need you to get these answers to me in about 3 to 5 seconds. First thing that comes to your head, that's what I want to hear. All right. All right, we'll keep it simple at first. So, how old were you when you first started playing football?
Didn't put pads on until high school.
Whoa. Okay. What was your first sport that you played?
Soccer.
Me too. Nice.
Yeah.
If you didn't play football, what sport would you have played?
Baseball. Quarterback was the best position, so I chose that. Probably would have had a better chance to make Major League Baseball than the NFL, but I was a baseball player for sure.
Got you. What is your proudest, or what was your proudest sports moment?
Beating Stanford in 2005. I always wanted to go to Stanford. They didn't let me in. UC Davis went down there. We won the game in dramatic fashion.
Yeah, let me interject there because that happened. What was it? 2008?
2005.
2005, and I think right either that same weekend or the weekend after, Appalachian State or something beat Notre Dame, right?
It was the week after.
Do you remember that?
Stage for that, yeah.
The week after, and it took your victory right off all the news. Nobody heard about it because everybody's talking about Appalachian State.
Nope, that's wrong. That's wrong. It did not take it away. As always, we got that. And if we didn't beat Stanford, I don't think Appalachian State beats Notre Dame. I'll say that right now.
Hey, I love it. That's what I'm talking about, John.
All right.
All right. Give me your most embarrassing story, sports or non, that you can tell us.
I got to college and I couldn't throw a spiral. I had to use an old football in high school to throw a spiral. Got to college, new hard footballs, couldn't throw a spiral. I felt like, what the hell am I doing here? I had the mental game. I could learn a playbook. I could lead, but I had to learn how to throw the football again. That was embarrassing.
Yeah, I could imagine. Especially they probably expected you to be able to do
Probably
that.
expected me to spin the ball a little bit, yeah.
All right, this is the last one. You mentioned something about saying like successful, people being successful. You said whatever that means. So you define success for us.
Doing what you love and doing it with everything you have.
I think, dang, that was short, sweet, and to the point. I love it.
You told me to, I can write poetry. I can write songs. I don't need to write novels. We'll go short.
Hey, I like it. Who would you beat me 1-on-1?
Yes, I would.
You know what? People don't listen to what he
Oh,
said.
hold on. How tall are you, Alexis? How tall are you?
I'm only 5'10". Does that matter? I'm playing
Well,
above the rim.
Well, I'm 6'3", but I grew up. I played the 3 and the 4. I got a pretty good post game.
That's cool.
So I get the lefty hook shot. So watch out. I build like confidence. I got to go in. Hell, you might kick my ass. I know your story. I know what you've done. So I'm gonna go in confidently. It might be 11-3 at the end of the game, but when it's 0-0, it's 0-0.
Hey, you know what? I would have said the same thing no matter who asked me that. I love it. I love the confidence. I love everything that you're bringing to the table. Thank you for answering our questions. Matt, I'm going to go ahead and let you take over.
All right, thank you. So before we get to, we want you to share some parting remarks, but you said something really interesting that if we hadn't beat Stanford, App State doesn't beat Notre Dame. Give us a minute why you say that.
Because until something's possible, it's impossible. I think his name Roger Bannister, first guy to run the 4-minute mile. It was an impossibility before he did it. Next year, something like 3 or 4 people did it. Years after that, 20, 25 people did it because they knew it was possible. Appalachian State had a great team. They might have beat them. But once you know something's possible, then, hey, why can't I do it?
Right.
So that's what I was going for there.
So we need to build momentum with unity, because once we start believing it's possible, then maybe we can actually improve the unity of the world.
Exactly.
I think so. The snowball, it takes a while to start going, but once it goes, it goes, it goes, it goes, it goes. And that's what we've got to do, the domino effect,
Yep.
All right. So we got 2 or 3 minutes, and this is like a little gift to the audience. Take 2 or 3 minutes and tell us your story about Snow Valley and being a ski bum, and how many nights you skied or days you skied, and how you stayed, where you stayed. Give us your ski bum story so people will be excited, not just about your Unity story, but they'll want to go buy your book too. You got 3 minutes.
Yeah. Stopped playing football. Wanted to be a skier. I knew I needed to have my money go far. So I lived in rooms that were not rooms. I lived in a loft, a hallway, a closet. I did a winter in a van where I skied 121 days. My van really didn't leave the parking lot. The cold was tough. The damp was worse. But it was that success. I was doing what I loved, the way I wanted to do it. And I got a lot of time to write. What I could do was read and write. And it's the story of a ski bum, story of the good guys taking on the bad guys. There's a little allegory of indigenous takeover, ski bums as the kind of the indigenous there. So Snow Valley, last of the ski bums. Give it a read.
So one of the lessons, my favorite lessons, maybe you can delve into this one. It was the ski bum riding down the ski hill, or I guess riding up the ski hill with a kid, and the kid's getting into his jacket and turning his cell phone on and talking to his friends. And what's the ski bum say to him? Remember that story?
Yeah.
Give us that story.
Well, yeah, it's the protagonist, Mike, the mustache ski bum's riding up with this kid, and he's just trying to get on his cell phone and trying to find his friend, and Mike just says something simply like, "Is this friend of yours right here, right now?" What? And, don't let some otherwise elsewhere thing rob you of being right here, right now, and once we are in that moment of being present in the now. That's when really great things can happen. And a little anecdote from the novel, but it's anything. It's when we come together. It's when we are great creativity. Is when we're not out here. We're inside, and we're real present in the moment for sure.
Awesome. I love that, folks. You'll love the book. I've read it. It's great. Lots of fun and lots of good lessons. Alexis, any other questions before I toss it to John to close us out with this part?
John killed it, man. He's over here throwing touchdowns all day. I love it.
Cool.
All right, John, you got a couple of minutes. So you take your time, 2 or 3 minutes, and just any parting remarks or comments about RAFRU, about your joining us and you're on this mission to improve the unity of the world, and what you're hoping to accomplish by being with us.
Boy, it's about coming together. Obviously, there's an election coming up. We live in a divided country. I think we got to find some common ground. in the United States, in the world, whether you're Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whether you define a one way, whether you like a boy or a girl, it don't matter. Come together. All this stuff is extraneous. We are made from the same stuff, and let's go forward positively. Get behind things like RAFRU, and there's other stuff too. But this RAFRU is new. It's exciting. You don't have to be an athlete to get on board. Do what you love. Love your friends. Get to know your enemies, and they're not enemies. Have conversations across the aisle. Have conversations across different races. And let's go forward. Let's find some common ground, and let's do some great things.
Love it. Love it. All right, folks, over the next couple of weeks, John's going to be responding to comments, questions, your remarks from listeners to the show, and also readers of his Unity story. And at the end of those 2 weeks, he'll pick the person he feels was most impacted, and then he or she will win a free RAFRU t-shirt or hoodie. And so for now, it's time for us to wrap this one up. So if you can hear me and you were inspired by today's show, please donate what you can to WITV7. They're a 501c3 charitable nonprofit on a mission to educate, empower, and encourage. And they're doing a great job. Thank you, number 12. And you too, number 14. It was another great show. John, as always, I'm inspired by your free spirit as a human being and by your amazing talent to string words together to tell a story as a writer. Folks, you're going to love his Unity story. And if you love that, you're going to love his book even more. It's a really great read. Thank you, WITV7, for hosting and promoting our show so we can keep sharing stories from retired athletes like John, all of us working together to improve the unity of the world. A special thank you to our sponsors for the entire month of September, Casandrino's Oil and Happy Living. Remember, the more you buy, the more I'll donate. So buy more oil. Today is the final day. And most especially, thank you, viewers and listeners. Go to rafru.com to read John's inspiring Unity story. You'll also find links to websites and social media and all things John Grant. Find him, friend him, buy his book, engage with him, and get that free t-shirt while you're at it. So from Alexis and John and me, we love you and we want you to be united, not divided. Yeah. We do what we do at Retired Athletes for Radical Unity to inspire you to join our team and our mission to improve the unity of the world one heart at a time. Till next time, I'm Matt Gersper. You are awesome. And this is the 14 and 41 Unity Show.
Yeah.
Black or white, male or female, rich or poor, gay or straight. What's the difference? Number 14 and number 41 are on a mission to improve the unity of the world, one person at a time. Welcome to the 14 and 41 Unity Show.